Welcome to on tonight's Clubhouse Live, we welcome back number 8 as our co-host. That's right, Amari Rodgers is here. What in the heck happened yesterday in Titletown? We'll check in with Amari to see what's up and how the fixes will be made. Plus, it's that time of year, time for the first of our Halloween-themed Clubhouse Live challenges. It's time to get started, so let's open the doors.
Good evening, everybody. That's right. Welcome back to the Clubhouse Kitchen and Bar. As always, we're hanging out inside the Hilton Appleton Paper Valley Hotel. We are in downtown Appleton, Wisconsin. I'm Brett Christopherson, USA Today Network, Wisconsin, also the Post Crescent. Man, give yourselves a big round of applause. Look at this crowd. How's everybody doing tonight? Fantastic crowd. Yeah, good energy. I love it. We're going to have a good show. But the show wouldn't happen, of course, without our fantastic door openers tonight. So if you can get a camera on Sophia and Olivia from Green Bay, Wisconsin. How about a big round of applause for them wearing the Amari Rodgers jerseys? Very good. Good-looking kids, so thank you very much. As always, we got a lot to get to. I hate to say it. New York Jets 27, Green Bay Packers 10, everybody. I know there's some boos, some upset folks out there, but we do. Yes, today is a new day, as somebody said over here. Not much to say about this one other than it was a rare stinker at Lambeau Field for the Packers, who have lost back-to-back regular season games. First time under head coach Matt LaFleur. Breakdowns all three phases, have coaches and players looking for a reset, ways to get things all squared away and fixed. Lost snapped Green Bay's 15-game winning streak, by the way, at Lambeau Field. So it also left the Packers at 3-3, trailing the first-place Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, let's hear that. Come on. By 2 games. So Mad Vince is here again, as you heard me and Gene. Mad Vince also doesn't like the fact that there's a Vikings fan here, ladies and gentlemen. So let's hear it for that goofball right now. We don't like that guy. You know who we do like? We like our co-host, and he's sitting right over there. It is Green Bay Packers wide receiver. Amari Rodgers is back after a month away. We will get Amari up to the desk here in a moment. But first, I want to thank our presenting sponsors, Cellcom. Save 50% on select smartphones right now, plus get $200 off smart watches with a smartphone purchase. New flex agreement and monthly service required. Visit cellcom.com/fall for details. East Wisconsin Savings Bank. They help members build a wonderful life. Learn all about their services at eastwis.com. And finally, Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, your center for dental excellence, voted Reader's Choice Best Dentists on this year's Best of the Bay. Let Dr. Sebastian and his team of professionals help you achieve your dream smile. And that guy, he's smiling over there. I hate to do it. It's contractually obligated to do it, though, unfortunately. It's when I do have to mention the very smiling and the very smug Chicago Bears fan, Ricardo Arguello, everybody.
What's with the smug? There's no
You're
smugness.
so smug over there. Let me just say this. Commanders 12, Bears 7 on Thursday Night Football. What an abysmal showing by Justin Fields.
You guys
and your
had
Bears.
a tough game yesterday. It was even tougher for me to watch my team go inside the 6-yard line 3 times and get no points. They're struggling.
3 straight losses, 4 of its last 5 for
tough.
Chicago. Bear down indeed, because they are going down
right now.
And they're going to end up in the bottom of the NFC North when all is said and done.
7 wins.
No way.
I got
7
him for
wins.
7
Are you
wins.
Crazy? How much Halloween candy have you been eating lately? So, Ricardo, it's an interactive show as always, right?
It is interactive show. We invite your comments and questions through that live chat. Brett, it's already a pretty active chat.
Good.
So, folks, even after the Jets lost, I mean,
They
still
move on
love
to another
the
day.
Packers.
As we
Exactly.
said, right?
So, anybody who wants to join in, you can find that online chat next to the video viewer, and we'll get those comments and questions over to you right away because I'm monitoring it. I'm on top of it.
And let us know where people are watching,
Yes.
right, Ricardo? We want to
already
know
several from Iowa.
Iowa. Okay, interesting. So hashtag is Clubhouse Live. Give me a follow. I'm at PC Bretzi. Ricardo is at Ricardo DeLeon. I don't know why you'd want to follow him.
DELIAN.
And Amari is at @ARodgers_3. So I do have the Vikings welcome mat on the stage, or on the floor, I should say, by the desk. We want Amari to stomp his feet all over that to give the Vikings some bad karma and make that guy go home all sad and crying and maybe the Vikings will start a little bit of a losing streak here as well. So let's get our co-host up here. He is in his second NFL season, both with the Packers. He returns punts and catches passes. He is back after almost a month away, and you know he probably still needs some work on his golf game, doesn't he? Remember that? How about a Clubhouse Live welcome for Green Bay Packers wide receiver, number 8, Amari Rodgers. Rodgers is back. Some pretty good intro music there. I kind of like that.
I like it too.
Yeah. What do you think? Look at this. I was kind of wondering what kind of a crowd we were going to have after kind of the stinker yesterday. But what do you think? Look at all these great Packers fans here ready to go.
I love to see it. I love it.
Got to make you feel good. The sky's not falling, right? It's just
no, not worried at all.
Yeah.
We still got, 11 games?
Yeah, just right now, just tell all these folks what you guys are thinking right now, all right? There's a whole season still to be played.
We're not pushing the panic button at all. We're just learning from, the tape, learning from our mistakes, and we're just taking it one day at a time. That's all you can do, learn from, what you've done in the past and just move on from it and, correct it in the future. So I know we got the right leaders, the right coaching staff to, put us in the right position to be successful moving forward. So we're not worried at all.
Not worried at all. 3-3. Well, we'll talk all about that stuff. But the first thing I want to know is how much did you miss me? It's been.
I missed all of you guys, man.
No. Me.
That's right. He misses all of us.
He doesn't miss you, Ricardo.
He misses all of us.
No.
Nah, not you.
Thank you. Yes. Boo. But specifically me is what I'm talking about.
Nah,
how much
I miss
did you miss
you too,
me?
man.
You think about me when you're gone?
Nah, I do.
Every
Monday I'm not here. I'm like, dang, we could be having a great conversation,
Is that what you're
now
thinking?
I'm back.
No, you're not thinking that at all, are you? You're not thinking that at all, Amari. I can see that you're lying through your teeth. Hey, I don't know if it's Dan the man. If you are able, do you mind? Can we kind of get a little look at the VIP table? And you got a little fan there tonight. Check this out. Who is that, Amari?
Kaysen Jai Rodgers.
Look at that.
He just turned 6 months last week.
Look at him. 6 months today?
Not last week.
Last week. 6 months old. He already looks like a linebacker maybe at some point, huh? Maybe a future wide receiver. But yes, he's here to see Pops hang out here on Clubhouse Live. So what have you been up to? It's been a month. I know you've been busy, but what's been going on in your life in these last 4 weeks?
I went to London.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that was a different experience. It was a fun trip. And then we had that unfortunate game. But then you came back, and then we had last week too. Yesterday. But I've just been grinding. Taking it day by day, week by week. But hopefully we can get back on the win trail.
Have you figured out what day it is, what time it is? Is your body adjusted? Are you okay?
I'm good now. I'm good now.
Weird.
But it took me a little minute to get back adjusted, but it was still a great experience just seeing the different culture in London and stuff like that, and I soaked it all in. But I wish we could have went longer for sure.
Well, we'll talk about London here in a little bit, but I've got to talk. We got to talk a little bit Clemson football, right? Your Tigers are 7-0, ranked number 5 in the country.
We should be top 4.
Top C, Ricardo. He's already thinking the college football playoffs now.
I'm okay. Tennessee. I'm from Knoxville.
Yes,
so
I wanted to ask you about
that too.
I
like to see Tennessee doing well. That's really good seeing them.
Tennessee knocking off Alabama. What was it 52-49? You had Nick Saban having a complete meltdown on the sideline there.
Yeah.
Did you ever consider going to Tennessee? Because obviously your dad was a quarterback there.
I didn't, just because that was when they were like really bad when I was coming out. So I did not consider.
Never a consideration, much to your dad's chagrin. But so how did you end up in Clemson? How did that recruiting process go for you? Because obviously one of these stalwart programs in college football right now.
No, as a kid, they drew my attention because how they run down the hill. So when I was like 13 or something, I seen them do that, and I was like, dang, that's different. So ever since I seen that was my dream school, because I was like, I want to do something like that. Everybody else just run out the tunnel and stuff like that. They run down the hill. Like, that's the coolest college ever. So that's when I caught my attention. And then, Sammy, that's when they were popping, him and Taj Boyd. That's when they made Clemson, a top program. And ever since then, it was my dream college. So once they threw me the offer, I was committed to Southern California at the moment. Once they threw me the offer, I flipped immediately, because I knew that's where I wanted to go since I was a kid. So.
Now you got a national championship on your resume as well, and should be interesting to see how the college football plays out. Should be interesting. Well, you got to, I think, Syracuse is coming up, I think, for you guys. They're good too.
Top 15 team.
Yeah, I think they're 14th. So good stuff going on in college football. We'll see what Tennessee does maybe Clemson and Tennessee play each other sometime, and then there's going to really be some angst in the Amari Rodgers household with your dad, T.
sure.
Martin, which we're going to talk about him a little bit later in the show too. I've got some questions about your dad, but should be fun. I did want to ask about London. Did you get a chance though to experience anything, or were you pretty much kind of busy with football?
Yeah, we got there on Friday, and we had like 7 or 8 hours to go around and see the city and stuff, which was cool.
That's it?
Yeah, that was it. We got to go on trains and stuff like that, and that was cool. Just experiencing that, just seeing how they get around and stuff like that. But it was definitely different, just seeing how the architecture, the buildings and stuff are built, and just everybody's like their accents and stuff like that is just different. Like everything they do is different, and I really enjoyed it. Like I'm a different type of guy. I like doing things that's different and put me outside my comfort zone. So I soaked it all in, and I just wanted to see everything. But we really didn't have that much time in. It was right when we first got there, so we were so tired from the flight.
Right.
Like nobody really had energy to really enjoy, seeing and sightseeing and stuff like that. But I'm definitely going to try to go back.
Didn't you take off when it was light, and then you land there when it's light?
We took off here at like 6 p.m.,
so
and then we landed there at 7 a.m.
So that's just weird. I
Yeah.
mean, you lose 6 hours, right? Because they're 6 hours ahead, and then you take off, and it's going to be nighttime here, and you land, and it's morning time there. It's just,
Right.
I don't know if I could ever adjust to that.
Yeah.
What about this plane, though? Did you guys see that the Virgin Atlantic Dreamliner? I mean, what was this thing all about? It looked like you had your little cubicles there. And did those things like move out where you can turn them into beds, or how did that all go? 'Cause that was a
So
pretty
it
cool
was
plane.
like 30 of those pods. So the way Green Bay Airport is so small. So we were supposed to have a bigger plane actually, but they couldn't give us one because of the airway is so small. So it was only like 30 pods like that. But everybody else they had lean back seats, but the pods were pretty cool. I was jealous of the guys that got to get in the pods. I'm not gonna lie.
all the veterans.
Wait, how did they dole that out? Was it just the
I'm
vets?
sure the team captains probably
Okay.
at least those
Yeah,
six
yeah,
guys, coaches, I'm
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. Probably the important people. For
Brian
sure.
Gutekunst, the really important people, right? Well, look, I did see that. I think that plane was one of the biggest to have ever landed at Austin Straubel in Green Bay. So
It was huge for sure.
Yeah, interesting. So, and I wanted to ask this too, and Ricardo, we're kind of a quick segment here because I want you to get to our first audience question. A couple familiar faces, but we haven't had a chance to talk about this yet with you personally on the show. Off-season training with Olympic gold medalist Dwight Phillips. I've been kind of saving this question. How does Amari Rodgers, hooked up with a long jump champion, right, from the 04 Olympics, Dwight Phillips, take me through that whole story and how that came to be, because you were very committed in the off-season to kind of reshaping your body and getting the cardio going and all that stuff.
No, like you said, I was very committed to, changing my body and getting in shape. And, I told my agent, in the off season, like the first thing I said, I need a track coach because I've seen, the successful receivers, a lot of them, they run a lot and they just run and they get in condition to where they can run all day and they don't get tired. And that's when they don't come out the game. So, I wanted to take part in that and just start running track so I can get in ultimate shape. And when I started doing that, man, I started to trim weight faster and, I started to get faster. So I seen that was working for me, and that's something that I'm definitely gonna stick to from now on.
What were the workouts like? Pretty grueling
At
type
first,
stuff?
they were pretty grueling.
Yeah.
But as I kept going, I kept getting in shape more and getting used to the workouts. And, that's when I started to tell that it was working, because at first, like, I was literally, like, about to die. Like, the first day I was about to pass out.
What did he have you do first day?
It was like I had to pull sleds. I had to pull sleds across the field. So we went from sideline to sideline. I had to pull a sled over, and then I had to run back. I had to wait. I had a 20-second break, and I had to do 10 of those.
Ooh.
So yeah, I was down bad for sure.
Did you get through all 10? I mean,
I got through them, but barely.
Is that where you're kind of questioning your life path at that time? And what the heck you're doing?
Because I literally, when I was done, I laid out and I was looking at the sky and I was like, what did I think about doing this? Why did I do this? But
how was it him though, as far as a track coach and who you ended up with?
Nah.
Is that what he does now? Is a lot of training and stuff?
Yeah. He trains actual track runners. Like he trains like USA track runners and stuff like that. Like people that's actually doing the Olympics. He does those people too. But his son plays football. He started training his son because he knows that track helps with football. So he trained his son, and then he started working out with NFL players. He works out Marquise Goodwin in the off season as well. So I saw that he trained him, and I was in Atlanta where he trained too. So I reached out, and that's how we got connected.
What do you think would happen if he trained me?
It's up to you.
Well, it's up to me. It's up to him. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is.
You think you can handle? You think you can handle what I just told you?
It's pushing a sled, Brett. There's weight on it, There's
With how much weight was on the sled?
45.
45. Easy.
Oh, listen to this
Easy. Are you kidding me?
It's easy till you doing
Look at
it.
me.
Till you on rep 6.
Amari, look at me. I'm ripped. I'm a physical specimen up here in my middle age, so I
That's
can certainly
right.
handle it.
Aging physique, baby. Aging physique of a pro golfer.
Well, easy, Ricardo. Okay, easy. I just wanted to ask you, though, how does it, you still feel, there's got to be mental benefits to this as well. I'm guessing you're in a different spot this year than you were in your rookie season last year.
No, definitely. Definitely. Like, my whole rookie season, like, I just learned. I learned from all of that and took it with me in the off season. And I learned how to take care of my body. I learned the schedule of a season. Going through my first year, I learned, Monday and Tuesdays are two of our, more off days, to where you get time to recover and stuff like that. So I know that's when I'm gonna get my massages and do yoga and stuff like that and get back right before Wednesday. We start by practicing, so you're ready to go for a new week. It's just little things like that. Just realizing how to take care of your body and how to put a schedule together so that when it's game time, you're ready and you're ready to go. Interesting.
Maybe we should get Dwight Phillips here, Ricardo, as a guest sometime.
Oh, no, for sure.
And just tell him there's a guy in Wisconsin that that might be interested in his services. That's all I'm saying. So, Ricardo, we have an audience question,
yes.
right? We got a familiar face over there. It's our unofficial mascot.
Yes,
yeah.
And how can we be any more excited, Brett? It's Mean Gene. He has a question for Amari. Here you go, Mean Gene.
Here you go, Amari. It's very special to be here with you, and I believe that this happened yesterday, that you were making a fair catch on a punt, and the official called a block in the back on one of our players, so I did not know that could happen on a punt and a fair catch.
I didn't fair catch that one.
You did not?
No, sir.
Okay.
I didn't fair catch anything yesterday.
Well,
There we go.
I was pretty frustrated yesterday. So
Me and Gene is still thinking about.
Mean Gene was flustered a little bit.
He was thinking about. He's angry.
Hey, you don't have
Angry
to worry,
Mean Gene.
Mean Gene. We got you. You good.
Yeah,
Promise.
there we
Mean
go.
Gene, everybody.
That's right. Our
We love
unofficial
him.
mascot. We do love him. Part of the family for many, many years. So I tell you what, let's take a quick time out, and it's time for tonight's stat pack. Now, Amari and everybody else out there, here is a glass is half full stat for everyone out there. Only 4 teams in the NFC currently have winning records. Only 4 teams. The Cowboys, the Eagles, the Giants, and that team that starts with a V. I don't want to even say their name. The rest of the conference is sitting at 3-3 or worse. 6 teams, including the Packers, have 3-3 records. So Green Bay really far from dropping out of this race. It's kind of what we're trying to tell everybody, right? Long way to go, and that NFC is basically wide open.
Long way to go. And, the Packers are known for, going on winning streaks. So, we're not worried at all. Like I said, we got the right leaders, the right coaching staff. Man, we're pushing each other. Today we had great meetings. We learned from the tape. We're going to move forward, and, I'm excited.
Well, you got to think back as 2016 when they were 4-6. Ran the table all the way to the NFC Championship game, so it can happen. A long way to go. Ricardo, we're doing trivia as always tonight. How does it all work?
That's right. We got a few ground rules, though. First off, we'll ask the question. If you think you know the answer, you got to raise your hand. Please don't shout it out. Shout it out. Raise your hand. Brett, what do they win if they do get
Amari,
it right?
tell everybody what they win here if they get their a question right.
Nachos and beer.
Yeah.
Right, nachos and beer.
Nachos and beer.
Yes, and once you win, you're out for the rest of the show. And sorry, live chatters, you got to be here to win.
And not root beer, right? We
Not
had
root beer.
one.
Yeah, sorry, kids.
We had one kid try to come up and get
Yes.
the beer. And we
Oh,
said
no,
his
no.
dad had to come
That's
get
right.
it. So I'm going to ask trivia question number 1, Amari, Ricardo, just kind of
Yeah,
see.
Amari, why don't you watch this side? I'll watch this
See
side.
who raises his or her hand first. Now, Romeo Dobbs, there's one of the rookies in your wide receiver room. He tallied touchdown catches in weeks 3 and 4 this season to become the first Packers rookie wide receiver to do so since he did it in 2006. Now, I'll give you a hint. He was inducted into the Packers Hall of Fame in August. Dobbs, the first, what are you looking, right behind Ricardo? I think the guy right behind you, Ricardo.
Glasses.
We'll say it again. Greg
Jennings.
Jennings is correct. Come on up and get your nachos and beer. We'll let Amari give it to you. Greg Jennings, ladies and gentlemen. Remember him? Jennings finished his rookie season with 45 receptions for 632 yards and 3 touchdowns that season. He had TD catches that season against New Orleans in Week 2 and Detroit in Week 3. Dobbs, by the way, is the first Packers rookie with touchdown catches in consecutive games. since tight end Richard Rodgers in 2014. So there you go. Romeo doing some good things his rookie season as well.
For sure, no doubt.
Well, let's. I told you this in the back room as we start this next segment. Unfortunately, we do got to talk a little bit about yesterday at Lambeau Field, Packers Jets, and Rosie. It is time to unveil the Clubhouse Live GIF of the night. Yes, look at there's a very angry Vince wondering what in the bleep is going on out here. Angry Vince is seething Vince at that spot. That is the GIF of the night. Much of Packers Nation asking the same thing. So, Amari, what in the heck is going on right now inside that building? What are the problems? What are the issues?
It's just us, getting on the same page offensively, just having a complete game. We've been stressing having a complete game, offense, defense, and special teams, just putting it all together. And I feel like once we do that, we're unstoppable. I feel like we definitely have the players. Like I said, we have the coaching staff that can put in a great plan together. We just got to go out there and execute it. Pay attention to the finer details. And, it's those one plays. One play can change the whole game. And like you saw, in special teams, they blocked a punt, unfortunately, and they ran it back. And then they blocked a field goal that took points away from us as well. And it's just little plays like that can change the game and switch the momentum and get them momentum. So, it's just little things like that, just paying attention to the details and just, encouraging each other. I feel like we emphasize today just energy and just encouraging each other on the sideline when, bad plays like that happen. Just continue to talk to each other and encouraging each other to keep on going and keep playing because like I said, one play can change the game. We can make another play and it can give us the momentum back. So just stuff like that. But I feel like we're definitely going to put it all together and we're going to hit the stride when it matters the most.
Right. Got some good matchups coming up. But it's funny you mentioned momentum because I have that right here next on the script. It's a classic case yesterday, but it was negative momentum, right? One thing happens bad, and all of a sudden it snowballs and bad things keep happening.
Right.
How do you flip the switch when that momentum is a real thing, right? I mean, you see it good and bad. In the course of a game when things are going so bad, what does it take to kind of flip it? Is it just like you said, just one all of a sudden explosive play and that's all it takes?
Yeah, it's just moving on to the next play and just not letting a mistake in the past, determine your future plays and your future efforts. And like I said, it's energy, just us having great energy no matter what happens and just being there for each other and picking each other up so we can continue to play and make those plays that we need to get a win. So, yeah, I feel like we're definitely going to change that, though. We address those issues, and they're definitely going to get changed in the right direction.
The TV copy, I'm sure everybody who was watching the TV broadcast of the game yesterday, there was an interesting clip of there's Matt LaFleur on the sideline, and all you offensive guys are around him. So what was the message? What is he saying? Is he yelling? Is he kicking? Is he screaming? Is he swearing? Or was it a little bit more, kind of rah-rah type, everybody getting on that same page? I guess what was Coach saying to you guys during that time when, again, the negative momentum was starting to build?
Yeah, he was just saying, take a deep breath and, just take it play by play. We were kind of beating ourselves up. We were kind of killing ourselves at that point. And he was just like, we just got to pay attention and just lock in on the details and not beat ourselves. And just take a deep breath and take it play by play. If we take it play by play, just win one play at a time, we can get back in this game. So he's just telling us to focus on the finer details and just continue to motivate each other so we can stay in this game and just continue to play hard and play with heart and don't lack effort or anything like that. They emphasize effort all the time. So he just wanted to see us, fight hard and just not quit.
Now, Aaron Rodgers, your leader, your quarterback, right? The 4-time MVP, back-to-back reigning MVP. He mentioned after the game, right here, the need to rein in some things offensively, and he kept using the word simplify. Simplify with what you guys are doing on that side of the football. Everybody wants to know, what does it mean to simplify? What is he talking about? What do you think he's talking about? I'm guessing maybe some of that was clarified today in some of the meetings. Is it a playbook volume, complexity of plays, overall scheme? Matt LaFleur just said execution of the details. But what's your take on simplifying things offensively?
I think it's just more of all of us not thinking, just going out there and playing. I feel like we just need to execute at the end of the day. The coaches put the plays together, but, we play at the end of the day. The players play. So we just got to, pay attention to the finer details. Like Coach LaFleur, he emphasizes finer details all the time. And just locking on those in the meetings and in practice, pay attention to that. And if you do it right in practice, you're going to do it right in the game. So we just got to push each other in practice to get on the same page offensively so we can, get in that flow so we can hit that stride at the right time. But like I said, we got the right leaders in 12 and Big Dog and Aaron Jones and, like I said, Kabi, Alan Lazard. We got the right players for sure. And I know without a doubt we're going to get on the right track.
It is interesting if you think too much, that can slow you down, right? If you're out there and you almost get like, what is that called? Paralysis by analysis, right? Mm-hmm. Is it tough to clear your mind sometimes in situations like those with what you guys were facing yesterday?
No, I wouldn't say it's tough. It's definitely challenging, though. It's definitely challenging when the things aren't going your way to still stay positive and still think about, the things that you have to get done. Sometimes people push the panic button, but, it's just a thing where you have to, like Coach told us, take a deep breath and just still take it play by play, one play at a time, and just lock in on those details so that, when that play that's to come to make a big play like Allen, scoring on a touchdown, we capitalize on that and we get momentum back.
Now, lack of execution, as I mentioned before, that was talked about too. And again, how do you flip the switch? If the execution isn't happening, is it just starting this week in practice, we really got to hone in on the details, and that's where the execution starts?
Yeah, for sure. It's
better?
Definitely in practice. It's definitely in practice. And that's what coaches emphasize. We need to practice more. We need to practice, with more intensity and more, detail, paying attention to that, and being self-aware and looking ourselves in the mirror and realizing what we need to get better at as an individual. And then as a whole, if we get better individually, we'll get better as a whole. So I feel like that's definitely what we're going to focus on this week, just getting back on track as a whole, just, gaining that confidence back as an offense and get back on the right track.
Now, this is kind of some new territory, right? Folks aren't used to this type of play, used to picking up a lot of W's, especially for you, only your second year.
Right.
You had 13 wins last year and all that. And so Matt LaFleur afterwards said, what did he say? You'll find out a lot about yourselves as you go through this adversity, this hiccup, right? So what do you think you're going to find out about yourselves as you get through this and who's in that locker room with you and the leaders you have? What do you think you're going to find out about these guys as you battle through this adversity right now?
We're just going to find out how good of leadership that we have on our team. Because like I said, after the game, Big Dog had gave a great speech to the team, just talking to us about, taking ownership and our responsibilities and our plan and just putting it together and going out there and executing. So I feel like we definitely have the right leaders, and they're definitely going to hold us accountable to going out there and doing what we need to do to get back on the winning track this week. So I'm not worried at all. Our team isn't worried at all. We know what we got to do to get back on the winning track, and I have no doubt that we're going to.
A few things more to get to, and then Ricardo, it's your turn for the social media question of the night. I know you're busy on that chat, but fast forward. As I said, there's a little shell shock, I guess, but was it business as usual today? What was the mood like in the building? Sounds like, based on what you're saying, everybody's positive. Nobody's throwing chairs or any of that kind of stuff. So just take us through what today was like.
Yeah, not panicked at all. We just watched film. We learned from it. We evaluated, what we did wrong and what we did right. And now we're moving on to Washington. That's all you can do. You can learn from it and just move on. You can't dwell on it too much, because if you do, that's going to affect your next move. So we learned from it today, and now we're on to Washington this week.
3-game road trip starts Washington, then Buffalo, and then I think Detroit, and then I think Dallas comes to town, Mike McCarthy. So some interesting games on the docket. But yeah, you've seen that right now throughout much of the NFL. As I said, Bucks losing to the Steelers yesterday, that was a shock, right?
Yeah.
Niners losing to the Falcons. Ravens losing to the Giants. Giants are playing good football right now. Much of the NFC kind of spinning its wheels. There you guys are in the thick of things at 3-3. Say it one more time to these folks right here so they get off the ledge, especially Mean Gene, our unofficial mascot.
Down. Hey, we got you. I promise. You're
there.
Good.
Amari just said that he's got Mean Gene. He's got all these Packer fans as well. So, hey, Ricardo, it's time for tonight's social media question. No, wait. Let me backtrack.
Yeah,
I messed up.
I
messed up. We have a couple things to get to. I think I need to study the film here after the game, make sure that I follow the game plan. First, I want to Rosie, put up this first photo. Look at Amari Rodgers right there yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. What does that feel like at that specific moment?
It didn't hurt.
It didn't hurt?
No.
Oh, really? No way.
It didn't. I ate it. That's
Wow.
why you lift weights.
I got to start lifting weights, Ricardo.
Why
Ricardo, that would put me in the hospital.
That's why you push those sleds across the field.
I need to work on some sleds, but yeah, I mean, you're getting crunched there by the Jets' Ashton Davis on a punt return. That's impressive. You didn't feel a thing, huh?
Nah, I got right back up. You saw it?
I did, yeah. You look good. He looked good returning punts yesterday, right? And had that nice catch as well.
Thank you.
Get into the offense a little bit more. Looks smooth. Great hands. And let's put this photo up here, Rosie, this next one. There's you and Alan Lazard. What is going on in this photo? You guys are way too close for my liking. Let's just put it that way. What's going on between you and the Lizard King, our former co-host?
He said I'm him, and I said I know.
Or I thought maybe you guys were talking about future Clubhouse Live appearances maybe before that.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to get him back up here.
Get him on. We
Get
want to see
Alan
the
on
Lizard
here.
King on.
Yeah,
Huh? Why
Lizard
not?
King back up here.
Absolutely. I don't know why he's ignoring us. So some little close talk between Amari and the Lizard King. So some weird stuff going on at Lambeau Field. All right, Ricardo, social media question of the night. Who do you got?
That's right. This is from Daryl Chandley. He's on Facebook. It says, hey, what was the experience like growing up around football with your dad being
Good
a
question,
coach?
yeah.
Did you feel pressured because he was a coach? And what way did that help you grow to the player you are today?
Yes.
That's a great question. Growing up around my dad as a coach, it was actually pretty cool because I got to meet so many like awesome players. You know, he coached Randall, of course, at Kentucky, and then he went on to Southern Cal where he coached, you know, Robert Woods, Marquise Lee, and players like that were really popping when they were in college. So I got to be around those players and learn from them. And then as he moved on to Tennessee, just seeing the players that he coached there, you know, not forget about USC Nelson Aguilar as well, who had a chance to win the Biletnikoff and was a first-round pick too. So just being around those players and learning from them as a receiver, it helped me actually with my career. Going on through high school and through college, just seeing how he coached those guys and just asking him, you know, what they did to get better, you know, what was their mindset, what was their work ethic like, and just pulling different things that he told me. And just listening to him, he talked to me like a coach when I asked him advice. So, you know, I just love that part of him being a coach and just being around, you know, great players growing up as a kid. And it influenced me in a way that, you know, him being a national championship winning quarterback at Tennessee, and I'm growing up in a city where he won that, you know, I was held to high expectations because everybody knew I was his kid. So growing up, I always had a chip on my shoulder to, you know, kind of, you know, achieve more than he did and do more than he did. And he always pushed me to do that too. So that was kind of my motivation because seeing how he did and how everybody always talked about how successful he was in college and stuff like that. So that's how that influenced my career, and I definitely appreciate the way that he pushed me and motivated me throughout my career to get me here now, because I feel like the way that he challenged his players, he challenged me the same way as if I was a player, but also his son. So he did it in a loving way as well. So I feel like he definitely had a part in how I got here.
Great question.
Great
answer, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I bet he's a legend in Knoxville, right?
Nah, for sure. No doubt. He has his own street and everything. It's
Does he
crazy.
really?
Yeah, it's
Nice.
right by the stadium. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I suppose I got another question about your dad later in the show, and we'll get to it. But I suppose he probably doesn't get a chance to watch you too much, or he can't get to Green Bay because he's busy coaching the wide receivers with the Baltimore Ravens right now.
Yeah. So I think this week was the first game he missed actually, because we've been having late games.
Okay.
So this was like our first early game. So
First noon game,
this was the first one he missed because we played at the same time. But usually he's able to actually watch my games. So that's pretty cool. I'm thankful for that we play so many late games, because you know Baltimore they usually play the 1 o'clock slot or a later game too. So he actually watches most of my games.
Okay, that's pretty good considering he's pretty busy.
Absolutely. By the way, is it T. Martin Drive or T. Martin Pass?
Drive, I'm pretty
think
sure.
it's Drive?
I think,
Okay.
no,
All right.
it's T. Martin Way actually.
T. Martin Way.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that works too.
They all work. Hey, a street named after you is a pretty cool deal. So
No doubt.
we have to get Pops on the show at some time. But for now, for having his question selected, Daryl wins a signed photo of Amari Rodgers. Each week, we'll ask you to submit a question for our co-host or guest. So next week it'll be Devondre Campbell that we'll ask live during Monday's show. Look for it on Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. By the way, please give that page a like. Another timeout, Ricardo. We're doing trivia question number 2.
That's right. I need both you and Amar to look out in the crowd, see who raises their hand first. Here we go. Brett, this is kind of
It's a good one.
it's a little bit difficult. All right,
They've
here we
been
go.
too easy lately.
All right, yeah. So here we go. Up next for the Packers is a showdown against the Commanders on Sunday. Green Bay and Washington faced off in a 2015 NFC wild card game, a contest that saw the Packers earn a 35-18 win. This safety led the way defensively for the Packers with a game-high 13 tackles. Can you name him? Oh, we got someone? Brett, do I finish the...
Yeah, right behind. Let's see. No, but that was a good guess.
That was a good guess.
We got another one right behind. Well, we got this one here. Not ha-ha. Back there. Was that your guess? Give him the hint, Ricardo.
All right, well, here's a hint. He was a Clubhouse Live guest and retired from the NFL as a Packer this past August.
Yes. Oh, right behind you, Ricardo. Yeah, now you got it. Morgan Burnett. Yeah, give
Just went down the safety line.
Just kept going until they found the right ones, right?
Yeah.
Got to be Morgan Burnett. Congratulations. Yeah, Morgan Burnett. He played 8 seasons with the Packers, and he visited us during the 2011 season, 11 years ago. That's crazy. We've been doing it that long already, Ricardo?
Yeah, he was here a couple times, if I remember, Morgan
I
Burnett.
looked. It was just once.
Oh, once. Okay.
It was just once. That's how long we've been doing this. It's already show number 307.
I think it's Pepra that was
Charlie
here.
Pepper was on numerous
Okay.
times. Yeah, he was a good guy as well. Is Charlie Pepper still in the organization? Do you ever? I know he used to be.
Think so.
No, probably.
I don't think so, no.
I think he might be a scout if he was. I'd have to look that up. So, all right, Rosie, we need some music. It is time for tonight's Clubhouse Live challenge. There's my challenge flag. Actually, challenge flags get thrown like that now, don't they?
Yeah, you got to throw it out.
I'm throwing it. I got to work on my challenge flag throw. I saw Amari looking at me like, what is this guy doing? Doesn't know what he's doing. So, all right, Amari, we are going to play a game that we like to call Six Pack. It's a little bit of a spin off of our How Well Do You Know That You and Devondre played when you guys were here together. So this is what we're going to do. It's a rapid-fire game in which you have 60 seconds to correctly answer 6 questions about a specific category. Now, tonight's category is, it's October. It's getting close to Halloween, so I got some Halloween questions for you, Amari Rodgers. We'll see how you do. I know you kind of like candy.
I do. I love candy.
We should have a candy contest maybe sometime.
No, yeah.
Now, if you can win, if you can complete the task within 60 seconds, you win the game and prizes for tonight's contestant. She's right here. It's Crazy Ashley,
What's
our
up?
longtime fan. There's Crazy. She's not even waving to the camera. I don't know what's going on. So, this is what you could win for Crazy Ashley tonight. We have this very cool slim can coolie, courtesy of Shields. Maybe get it on the camera right there.
For your various White Claws.
Yep. We have this can koozie, a bonus Shields prize, a Packers can koozie, and this signed photo of Amari Rodgers right there. Very cool photo. I like it. So that's the pressure you're under. If you do not successfully complete the task, Amari, Ashley will have to trim the hair from Ricardo's ears.
No.
That is what will happen.
I already did it this week.
Ricardo, the older you get, the more hair you have coming out of your
Yes.
ears. That's just
Yes.
the way Father Time works. Now, if at any point you're stuck on a question, you can pass, and we'll come back to it. Now, Ricardo, you will keep track of the time, and Crazy Ashley wants nothing to do with that.
Well, we'll have to schedule it for next week if you
I
Yeah.
need your help now.
Do not start the clock until I completely ask the question, the first question in its entirety. So, all right, Halloween is the category, a 6-pack of questions. Here you go. Question number 1. What is the nickname or mascot for nearby Kaukauna High School?
Ghost.
Yes. Number 2. What 2 colors are commonly associated with Halloween?
Black and orange.
Yes. What is a carved pumpkin called?
Jack-o'-lantern.
Yes. What do witches fly around on?
A broom.
Yes. What family is creepy? A vacuum. Stop the clock for a second, Ricardo.
Pause.
Stop the clock.
36 seconds left.
Who said vacuum? Because they get the penalty
Flag.
flag.
That's a flag.
That's the penalty flag right there. That threw me off. Witches don't fly on a vacuum. It's a broomstick, like Amari said.
All right, I'll restart it.
How many seconds do we still have to go?
36.
Oh, we have 36 to go yet?
Yes.
Trivia question number 5. What family is creepy cookie, mysterious, spooky, and altogether
Adams.
cookie? Yes. And trivia question number 6. Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
Yes, Ricardo!
Yes.
He got it!
Yeah. Hey, 26 seconds left.
26 seconds, so he got it done in 34 seconds, near record. Rosie, we need some championship music for Amari and Crazy Ashley because she will not be trimming the ears or the hair out of Ricardo's ears. Instead, she's going home with the Slim Can Coolie, courtesy of Shields, the Can Koozie, courtesy of Shields, and this beautiful, look at that, that's going to be coming your way, Crazy Ashley, this beautiful photo signed by Amari Rodgers. Yeah, big round of applause. Amari Rodgers knows Halloween. I'm impressed that you knew that was the Kaukauna ghost, the galloping ghost of Kaukauna High School.
I'm surprised too. It just came up in my mind.
It just like that. You must be a big fan of Kaukauna High School. You know, as Ricardo gets ready for trivia question number 2, I got to tell you. So you're back in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. 2 weeks is Halloween. Halloween night.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking, in the past, pre-COVID, that was, of course, we always had a big Halloween dress-up night and costumes and contest. Would you be willing to dress up for our Halloween show? You got a costume you could wear?
I'm gonna find one. Yeah, I'll dress up. What do y'all want me to be?
Well, that's up to you.
Okay.
Don't dress up as Ricardo.
Yes.
unless you think that's a scary mask, you can maybe get one for
easy.
him. But yeah, that's Halloween night 2 weeks from. That's always a weird show. There's weird stuff that happens beyond our control. So maybe we will do the Halloween dress up again. It's again, we haven't done that since 2019, and we're probably overdue. So anyway, we'll think about it. But Ricardo, we don't need to think about this. You have another audience question.
Yes, Tracy Santos, our friend of the show. She's from Appleton. Tracy, your question for Amari.
Amari, I would think that when you see a team member go down with a potentially significant injury like Randall did yesterday, that you'd be worried about your friend. Do you guys get an update on the sidelines if one is available, or so that you're less distracted or worried about him during the game?
Yeah, so when he got hurt, we didn't know what happened until like a quarter later. They updated us. We just knew that he had went to the locker room. So we knew usually when somebody goes to the locker room, they're probably going to be done. So we kind of figured the worst kind of that he was going to be out for the game, and then they came back and confirmed that. But we knew it was an ankle. So we just kind of hope it wasn't something really bad, which it isn't, thankfully. So that's how that gets communicated. They don't tell us instantly what was going on, because we gotta stay locked in on the game and stuff like that, but they definitely do update us and let us know. So we definitely knew that it wasn't as bad as it looked, which is a great thing. So he'd be back stronger than ever, and I definitely know he's gonna still be a great leader until he gets back.
There we go.
Another great question.
Good to hear. Thank you,
Way
Tracy.
to go. Thank you, Tracy.
It's funny because I actually have that, excuse me, on the script. I was going to ask you how is he doing today? His spirits are high because when they carted him off, he looked like he was pretty forlorn. It looked like there were some tears. He kind of put his head in a towel there. So how's he doing? There's a good picture of him actually on the screen right now being taken off. Didn't look good.
Yeah, he's definitely in great spirits for sure. He said he heard something pop, so he thought it was like the worst.
Yeah.
So thankfully it's not broken or anything. It's hopefully a high ankle sprain, and then that's what we think. But he's definitely in great spirits. In meetings today, he was in good spirits. Helped watch film and coach us up. So he's definitely one of those leaders that we're going to need in this stretch if we want to get on that winning trail. And I have no doubt he's going to do everything it takes to get us there.
He's a guy, like you've mentioned, you've known for a long time. Mm-hmm. I've got that too, a relationship because your dad was a wide receivers coach at the University of Kentucky when Randall played there.
Yeah.
You guys have known each other a long time. How has he kind of taken you under his wing, right? And helped you not only through your rookie season, but now this season, and staying patient, waiting for your chance offensively, doing your stuff in special teams, because he did special teams work as a young player as well. Take us through the process of what he's meant to you as far as on and off the field in your development.
He's just been a great example, man. Everything he does is like the best pro. Everything as far as taking care of his body, being in the meet room, film study, practice habits. Everything he does is the example. And I watch and learn from everything that he does, and I have questions every single day for him, just asking him, if it's a route, if it's a block or just a scheme thing, coverage reading. He knows it all, man. He's been in this game for so long and he's been successful. That is not really a wrong answer that he can give me for sure. I trust everything he tells me. And every time I see him out there, man, it's just like he just loves it, and he doesn't ever want to stop playing. You can just tell that's the way that he carries himself, and he attacks every single day in practice. He has that right mindset, that dog mindset that you want. And everything about him is the example, and he's the great and the best example to watch after if you want to be a successful slot in this league. So I'm so thankful for having him in our room and being able to learn from him so that, when my time comes, I'm ready. I'm definitely learning and taking everything from him.
He's had a nice season so far, too. Kind of
For
the
no
fountain
doubt.
of youth he's dipped into.
Every time we need him, he's there. Every single time we need him, he's there making a play for us.
Making a play, looking fast, moving his feet. So hopefully we'll see number 18 back on the field here in short order, and hopefully all is well with the ankle or foot or whatever it was. I think it was ankle. But I also wanted to ask you about your dad, and then we'll close off with your special teams coach. But again, ton of coaching experience. But I'm wondering, now that he's in the NFL with the Baltimore Ravens, and coaching your position group, how has he helped you? I mean, does he in the offseason pull you by the side? Are you kind of going over your own film? Is he allowed to do that? I mean, can you say this on in front of a worldwide audience here? Can you got to be careful maybe what you can tell that how he's helped you, but what has he done to maybe help you with your transition as you continue on year 1 to year 2 and even beyond?
No, for sure. He's a coach in the league, so he watches all the film just like any coach. So he sees our games. And he sees like opponents that we're facing. So, every week we talk before our game, and he's like trying to give me a little scouting report on the team, and I'm like, I know that we watch film too, but he's just that's just coaching in him. But he's always been one of those guys where he's always trying to give me tips and coach me up and always give me a little spice of something to help my game and stuff like that. So in the off season, if I send him a workout or send him some routes that I'm running, he'll coach me up and stuff like that. But man, he's just a great coach, man. He's a great father too, and anytime I'm asking him for advice, he's going to give it to me in the best way possible. So that's definitely something I appreciate.
He probably wasn't giving you too many tips last year when you played Baltimore, though, right? I'm guessing that all lines of communication were shut down at that point.
For sure, a little bit. But now we got the dub, so that's all that matters.
That's all that matters, right? Is he watching tonight, by the way? Is he checking in from Baltimore, or is he too busy going over game film right now?
He's definitely going over film for sure.
Yeah, well, he does. He knows that there's a Bears fan here and a Vikings fan as well, so he's not going to check in. Last thing. And I'm sure you did, but you must have heard what your special teams coordinator, the defense coordinator, right, Rich Bisaccia said about Amari Rodgers last week. Check this out, folks. Quote, this is what Coach Rich said. He works his rear end off and does a good job making decisions back there. He's a clean catch guy right now, and he's a young player, so I'm real excited about the future, what he's done, and the way he practices, end quote. That was, in part, his entire quote. What do you think of that? Huh? How about Coach Rich Bisaccia, who is not a guy that looks like easily hands out compliments and praise, right? A very crabby-looking man, as we've talked about on the show. But I'm sure you heard that. You had to have read that quote. What did that mean to you to have his full support as you continue to be the punt return guy and again, working your way in offensively as well?
No, definitely. It was great seeing that, man. He's been on my tail since he got here. He's been pushing me, man, and I appreciate him so much. Ever since the first day he got here, he said I'm his guy. He's gonna push me to get to where I want to be, and he's done that, man. He's pushed me to run, like he said, how I practice. He's changed that for me. I wasn't the practice player I was before he got here. And I promise you, he changed that. He pushed me to, run everything full speed to make it reality in practice so that in the game it's easier. And he's put that inside of my mind. So every single time I'm catching a punt in the game, I'm treating it like a game situation. And that's how it's transferred over to the game. And I feel more comfortable back there making, decisions and catching the ball now because of that. So he's definitely instilled those good habits in me. And he's pushing me every single day. And I'm just waiting to, break one for you guys so, y'all can see the hard work that I put in because I promise you I'm working. So it's definitely going to come. I trust the guys in front of me blocking. It's just waiting for that opportunity, and I'm going to be excited when it does come.
Fantastic. How about a round of applause tonight for Amari Rodgers? Great show. No surprise there. Great show. So we're winding down. Ricardo, this is where we go up north, right? This is where we predict the Packers, Commanders, Sunday at FedEx Field over there. And is that Landover, Maryland specifically? But who are you picking to win that game, Ricardo?
Well, I just got done watching, this past week, them 60 minutes against my Bears. They can be run on. They can be passed on. I think they almost had 400 yards. Mm-hmm. My Bears had almost 400 yards on them.
Right.
I don't think the Packers are going to make the same mistake. For some reason, the Bears decided to pass when they're inside the 6 instead of running with their two good running backs. Green Bay has two good running backs. I'm picking Packers by a touchdown.
There we go.
Hey, don't get used to that.
Mean Gene.
I picked them to lose this past week.
Well, I got the victory visor needs a little bit of a little magic, so let's just kind of rub the bill of the visor here. Let's get some of those W's coming back. I'm still putting the victory visor on. 24-14, Green Bay over the Commanders. Like you said, 392 yards.
They can. That's
Ricardo.
what I'm thinking. Green Bay will have an offensive night.
Run the ball, right? So let's get it to Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, and we'll see how it all goes. Now, of course, Justin Fields, the quarterback, had 88 of those yards. All right?
He did.
But
Yes, he did.
Khalil Herbert and David Montgomery, 142 yards combined. So I think the Packers follow that same blueprint.
Brett.
Carson Wentz this coming week either.
Brett.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones. We've been saying this for how long? 25 touches he needs. He gets about 20 more times, they win the game.
How about let's give Amari Rodgers the ball in a jet
That
sweep?
too.
Let's do that, huh? Let's get him the ball in space. Let's see him do some work. So I don't think Washington has a whole lot to fear offensively. I think Green Bay gets some turnovers, finally gets that going defensively, and the Packers are back to their winning ways in the first of 3 straight road games. You like that, Mean Gene? He loves it. All right, you know what else we love, Ricardo? Packers News app.
That's right. Before I do that, Brett, some of the online folks are saying bring back the ice scraper.
Okay.
As one of the
Well, it is getting.
yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about this nice snowy weather that we're having this morning? Did you see that snow coming down?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
in
saw it.
October.
It's among us. It's among us.
Don't you love it? October 17th.
They want to see the ice scrapers, Brett, as one of those prizes.
I'll bring back the ice scraper. By the way, the end of the week, though, almost 70 degrees.
That's
again,
true.
So that's what we like.
That's
yeah.
true. Hey, Packers News app, Brett, your exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos. That USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. That Packers News app is your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. Unlimited digital access to the Packers News app and PackersNews.com can be yours for as low as 99 cents for the first month. Please subscribe today.
All right. Again, thank you to our sponsors and friends. First, our 3 presenting sponsors, Cellcom, East Wisconsin Savings Bank, and Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Also, thank you to our supporting sponsors, Shields Escort Limousine Service, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, Mayfield Sports Marketing, Mike Thiel and Eric Lives here, and as always, the good folks here at the Hilton Appleton Paper Valley Hotel. Programming note, next week, Devondre Campbell is back, all right, and then 2 weeks from now, as we talked about, Halloween night, Amari Rodgers will return, maybe wearing a Halloween costume, we'll see.
Y'all too. Now I can't just come up here wearing a costume by myself.
No. We'll put it on Facebook if we're going to do that, and we'll let you know. Maybe a guest too. We could have a masked mystery guest or something like that.
Yeah,
so
for
we'll
sure.
see. All right. So before we close out, you get the final word, Amari. What do you want to tell all these good folks here tonight?
I'm glad to be back. It's been 3 long weeks. So, man, hopefully we get back on the winning track. I know it hasn't been a great couple weeks, but like I said, I believe in our guys. I believe in our coaching staff, and I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to get on the winning track and get to where we need to be to get a championship for you guys. So thank you guys for coming. Y'all bring the energy every single Monday, and I love it. And I can't wait to see you guys on Halloween. And happy birthday. I'll see you. Happy birthday.
There
Happy
you
birthday.
go. Yes. Very good. Keep those claps coming, everybody, for Amari, for Ricardo, and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin. I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be back here next Monday night as we celebrate a big Packers victory over the Commanders with Packers linebacker Devondre Campbell. In the meantime, Mean Gene, take it away.
Go, Pack, go.